I bet we live.
Do you think people can tell this is a microphone?
Yeah, probably. I
So I should
mean,
keep it in.
it look like a cheese grater.
Do
Look like a cheese grater, low key.
should I show them more of it? So should I like adjust or
Nah, bro,
show like?
you good, you good. Okay, okay. But now your head cut out the shot.
Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. How's this?
Looks good, looks good.
It looks very microphony and mysterious, Manny.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It looks extra. It looks extra mysterious, Manny. I feel like I can't see shit.
Oh, me, it looked like I'm gonna kill some orphans.
What the fuck?
All right, let's run it.
I bet. When I mean, on you, on you. I mean, dude,
Are we rolling?
should I still introduce this shit? Yeah,
Nah, I got this shit. You can just
yeah,
let
yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's cool. I got it on three because it's already recording, right?
Yeah.
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3, action. Welcome to the PLAE Series. Today we have a very, very, very mysterious edition of the PLAE Series. We got PLAE versus PLAE. There is only one PLAE, so I'm cosplaying as PLAE today. You know what I'm saying? We call that cosplaying. That's COSPLAEING. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So y'all might know me any other day of the week. You can call me Almighty Renzo. Today I'm playing numero dos. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm going to pass it to PLAE Legacy numero uno to explain the whole mysterious joint we got going on right now.
Yeah. First off, I appreciate that intro. That shit was nice.
Appreciate it. The only thing it was missing was the intro music, but we're gonna have to. They're gonna put it in post. We're gonna have the engineer put it in post.
You already know how that goes. What's it called? So yeah, now this is a very mysterious version of the PLAE series. This right here is really born out the idea of like the performances, what I like want, what I imagine for the performances. So right now, my the vision I have for live performances is like a suit. So I'm gonna have like the live version of PLAE as like a suit as the costume, right? And then the top is gonna be some type of like face covering or mask. Right now I'm shopping an idea of like a elephant mask, sort of like, or elephant ears that cover the face. So it's like wrapped around the face. But I don't got that budget right now. So I was like, damn, what am I gonna do for the mask? So I was just like, you know what I mean?
Know what I mean, with the budget.
Yeah, you gotta make it work.
You don't see me, know what I mean, with the performance to dress up. You know, sometimes you gotta budget it.
Yeah,
but
for real.
Speaking of my own dressing up in performances, that's going to lead me into a question for you. So I know me personally, part of the reason why I like to dress up a certain way in performances when I can, which isn't as often as I would like, but instances where I do wear something kind of dress up-y, or even a certain outfit that I pick when I'm in that music mode, for me, a lot of that comes from, you know, the 80s. Like, obviously there are rappers who, you know, just the jewelry and maybe the big clothes and the fat farm is already kind of like a superhero suit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the 80s, you had Kiss, you had Prince, you had Michael that was wearing all this shit that it's like, right. Bro, I
regalia.
Feel like, right. It's like when you and some shit that's gonna be in the current rotation 11 I'm gonna send you.
Hey.
But I feel like when you have that shit on, you can't give a regular performance. Now, I would say that one inspiration that I could see maybe you might be behind you doing that would be Daft Punk. Mm-hmm. So maybe could you speak to if Daft Punk is an influence, if not, what you know, what was the influence for you to take that route?
Yeah, I mean, Daft Punk was definitely one of the introductions to sort of the idea of like, you don't have to give an audience your personal life. You can just give them the music. Sort of like reading up on their philosophy, they're sort of talking about like how they just wanted to just present the music and give the music as like the forefront. And that's why it's sort of like they wear the mask or the helmets. Another big influence I would say is Yves Tumor, at least right now. I didn't even know how deep he was sort of into the Are you familiar with Yves?
He's tomorrow. Yeah, I've never listened to the music, but a lot of people whose music opinion, like yours, I heavily respect, say he or she. I'm not
they. I think they. Yeah.
They tell me that they go crazy.
Yeah.
So
no, for real.
So, but I thought Eve showed their face. I mean,
yeah, no, but that's the beauty of it. It's that Eve is just bearing it out, like just regular face, like, you know, there's obviously a costume involved, but there's no like face covering or anything like that. But whenever they speak in interviews, like there's some information that's not even, so like in one interview, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm from Italy. In another interview, they'll be like, oh, I'm from Sweden. Or that, like, they'll just start mix matching information just so it's like, yo, I'm giving the audience the music. I'm not giving them my personal life. In an interview I read, they were sort of saying how they know friends who have given their personal lives to their audiences, and they've seen how that's sort of like gone for them. And it's like, I definitely don't want that, because there's that boundary. I know you and I are definitely like big podcast listeners. I think the thing is called like parasocial, where you listen to people so much, or you're like, you think that you're familiar with people, but like you don't know these people at all. And it's like, yeah, that line can be a bit confusing if like as an artist or as a entertainer, you're giving your personal life to an audience, but at the same time you're not, you're presenting the music and they're like, you know, turning things personal. So when it came to PLAE, I already knew that, you know, I'm already a private person. At no point did I ever want to present my personal life to anybody. That's kind of why I always took so long with the vocal shit. So I was just like, all right, so I know I want to keep my personal life private, but how do I go about doing that? And luckily I've had like plenty of examples in the world of like how to go about executing that. So it's just, okay, just do it your way. Like, I've seen how they did it. How can I do it? And, you know, it's really just step by step, day by day. You know, you kind of just live life and the ideas sort of just come. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it all makes sense like after a while.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
One, you know, I would raise the point to say like, hey, well, I'll say I could raise the point to say, hey, you know, you've already shown your face, so it's kind of too late to go into that mode. But another really great example I think we could use is MF Doom, because the early part of his career, he was barefaced. But he went with the mask so long. I went back and saw his bareface shit after I became a fan. I don't even remember what that motherfucker looked like, if I'm being honest. And even the way he passed was so private as well.
Right.
Because he had that really good thing going on. Now, I do have one question in the spirit of talking about MF Doom. Once you get the mask thing situated, are you ever going to send people in your place to shows?
Am I ever going to send people what?
In your place.
In my place? What do you mean?
Yes. Are you going to have someone else cosplay?
Nah. I respect the art of performance. I also I respect the audience. I wouldn't want to do that to my people, for sure.
Oh, so you're saying you're gonna hire a good performer?
Nah, bro. I'm saying I want to touch the stage myself. I mean, shit. I don't know. Maybe when I'm like 50 something, it's like, you know what? I just don't have the energy. I'm gonna be in Bali. All right, you just go ahead, touch the stage. But nah, it's I have the energy right now while I'm young, and I definitely want to, you know, put on a good performance, give a good performance, like, you know, have good integrity behind everything. So right now, I'm gonna be on stage. That's a good question. Shit, I don't know.
Right now, it's cool, bro. I ain't gonna snitch, bro.
You probably gonna be the one behind the mask.
I was about to say that.
You're like, all right, y'all.
Hey, bro, you free?
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't doing shit. I got extra 20 to go to this club. Woo. I'm like, shit. I can tell you, look.
Put the mask on, put the hat on.
Over here,
hell yeah.
Throw it to the music. Yeah, for sure. So I can do that.
Bro, motherfuckers doing shows in like Italy and New York same time. It's like, how is he doing it? It's like, yeah, man. I don't know, magic.
Listen, when they swarm the stage, I just want you to know, the days for on the stage when it's one of the nights on performances, they're like, this shit not adding up. I'm gonna let you know right now, your fans getting clipped.
Damn, for real. You can't touch them niggas,
if I got
man.
a mic
Come
stand
on,
in my hands, I'm swinging.
That's
I don't know if I'm gonna hit anybody. I don't know how many people I'm gonna hit.
That's fucked
I don't know
up,
what body parts I'm gonna hit. Motherfuckers might be living for the rest of their life. I don't know. Tell them niggas.
Shit, honestly, bro.
Finesse,
if I'm on the stage, that might happen. You know what I mean? So
no, that's what I'm saying. No, absolutely. But they're your fans, so it's different.
Oh,
it's
I see.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a little crazy.
Your own fans, but I'm a random.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I'm gonna really have to swing because once they take your mask, they'll be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah. Then they gonna calm down once they take your mask. But yeah, they only getting madder.
Me, right? So I gotta. I can't let nobody touch my mask.
That's an interesting culture thing I never thought about. It's like, damn, what if my audience starts like plotting on me? It's just like, all right, we gonna find out if it's really him behind that mask today.
Hey, tell them they better hope it's you, because if it's me, I ain't got no mercy.
It's like, hey man, you probably don't want to find out. No, that's hilarious. No, that's hilarious.
Funny. That's funny. So you said something earlier about wanting to do things while you're young.
Yeah.
And that brings me to a point that I want to ask you about, which is, do you feel like you make young music?
Young music?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I guess, yeah. Since I identify as young, I make young music. I feel like I just try to make music that, like, of the time that I'm living in, like whatever's on my mind at the moment. So maybe, yeah. I'm never going in it with the intention of like, oh, I'm gonna be young this one. It's like, nah.
Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you listen back to your music and you reflect, do you feel like it holds a certain spirit of youthness? Youth, a certain spirit.
Know.
Youthfulness, not youthness, usefulness, certain spirit of youthfulness.
I've never listened to my music in that perspective. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, even think, all right, so let me think in hindsight. In hindsight, do I make youthful music? Well, I know I don't make, I don't make old soul music. Do I? What do you think? As someone who's listened to my music, what do you think?
Do you feel like your music sounds more like somebody in their 30s or someone in their 20s? Me, listen to your music, I would say someone in their late 20s. Late 20s, you're getting real close to that 30 mark, or maybe you're over your 30s and you just look good for your age and you don't want to mature yet.
Tell people. Yeah, so, okay, I can do process of elimination. I'm definitely not making like 50-year-old, 40-year-old music. Yeah, and I'm definitely not making like 10-year-old, not like, I'm not making teen music. So yeah, I'm definitely within that range of like, I guess, mid-20s to, I guess, maybe mid-30s. I feel like the 20s and 30s are pretty much the same, except like people in their 30s are a little bit more, sad. I don't know. I feel like they're a little bit more, just the people I interact with. They're just like more like solid in life, you know what I mean?
The 30s is lit, bro. That's just your 20s with more money. I mean, your body don't work, but it's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. The people in my life are a little bit more, I guess, mature. Maybe not sad, but like mature. Meanwhile, I just feel like the younger people are always so just like excited, bubbly energy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You ain't never met a 30-year-old that was excited?
That was exciting? Have I?
Let me tell you something. You see a 30-year-old man in the strip club, that is pure excitement.
I can imagine. He got, but then again, that's back to that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Now thinking about it, it's like, that keeps looking sad and sad. I know that the 30s can be lit, but it's just, they just look like they're just mature. They just like on it. You know what I mean? They don't look, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know excited 30-year-olds. It's probably the places that I'm at. Most of the places I'm at, niggas is like,
You need to change your life, my boy. That shit sound mad depressing.
My life or their life? I enjoy myself. I'll say that. I enjoy myself and where I'm at.
Real like a quarter life crisis, my boy. Sound like in a year or two, you're gonna be like, I mean, what's even the point anymore? Like,
it ain't about me. I feel like it's about them. I'm just looking at them and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like they missing that like excitement, that energy.
You know who seems like they're having the least amount of fun?
Who?
People that go through a breakup in their early 30s.
Early 30s? Damn.
Yeah. People that go through a breakup in their early 30s, that shit
Yeah,
is
no, yeah,
they
yeah,
like they can't eat for a week.
yeah,
They can't even shit right. Like it'd be
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, think about that. Like, I guess, like at that point in your life, you probably thinking like, all right, this is we finna settle, we finna, you know what I mean? Whatever we doing now, we just finna triple and double it right now. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is the routine that's gonna happen for the next 20 years, and then, shit just happens. You like, damn. You gotta reimagine what the rest of your life looked like. I mean, then again, you always gotta do that. I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of right. You're kind of right. So let me ask you a question. Speaking about next phases of life, the PLAE moniker, since it's kind of, to a certain extent, it could kind of become like a mantle, like Batman. Are you gonna pass it down to your kids?
Yeah, that's the idea. Um, yeah. Every time my parents like try to tell me about getting a job, or like, oh yeah, in the future you got to work a good job and wear a suit, which is funny that I'm actually putting myself in a suit, but like the job is completely different. It's like they always just think like, all right, you gotta wear the suit, smell good, get in your car, drive to work, air conditioning, big office, do your work, come home, wife, kids, family. And it's just like, nah, that's not at all. Like when I just start, I'm like, bro, I don't like working for someone isn't bad, but I don't know, just my family's movement from Africa to here. What I just noticed was that if you don't,
whoa. You sure you're not giving them too much information?
oh yeah, well, I mean, they can know I'm African.
You didn't say we're in Africa.
Exactly.
So
But
just be careful, not too much sauce.
yeah, you're right. I gotta back up on the personal details. Yeah, it's that like, I don't know, when I saw that movement and I sort of saw how the lifestyle changed, I realized that like, oh, ownership is super important. Like, had they owned something when they moved to a different location, a different country, that would have came with them. But because they only had jobs, like that doesn't translate. Your income doesn't translate because now you have to like prove yourself again. And so I like, my goal for the longest time has always been to create something that I can literally just having the last name is all that you need. You know what I mean? And you can carry that wherever you go and you'll be fine. You'll be completely fine. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, handing down the PLAE legacy is a part of the goal for sure.
See what you did, legacy, because you got to name this legacy.
That was the original idea. That's why I had the legacy there, bro.
That's dope. So something you touched on briefly earlier. You were talking about your hesitation for a transition to vocal, right?
Yeah.
So I know originally vocals weren't in the plan, but as you started making more of these reference tracks and you started falling in love with that part of the process, how did that shift your vision of you as an artist? How did your vision of an artist, of yourself as an artist, change after you started getting behind the mic and saying, hey, this is kind of dope?
I think that honestly, it was like watching other people's visions of me change is what kind of shifted my vision. Is like I did the reference tracks, so I only produced, and then like after a while I just started messing around with like just like the microphone, like the headphone microphones. It's like recording stuff in, started doing the reference tracks, and it was literally just reference tracks, like just ideas like scats, and there were some people that thought like the ideas were cool, but a lot of people aren't like musicians. They kind of like just want to listen to the music. They're not really into the creation of it. So when they heard it, it didn't really make sense because it was just like, yeah, I mean, you just kind of just like making vowels and sounds or whatever. So then I just like in an effort to like get them to understand what I was trying to do, I like tried to put words to it, and it's like, okay, like do you kind of see it now? But when I started doing that, they kind of started looking at me like, oh shit, you're doing something that's really dope. And then I started looking at it like, oh, I am doing something that's really dope. Because, in an evolution, you're not, at least I wasn't, at no point was I ever thinking like, all right, it's going to be this, and then it's going to be this, and then it's going to be this. I was just ever just doing, you know what I mean? And once their perspectives started changing of like, oh, you're not just a producer, like you're an artist. Then I started being like, oh yeah, I guess I am an artist, and like started taking it a bit more seriously, or like I don't know, like when I do references, I don't just stop at the scats. It's like, all right, let's finish out the whole idea and then present it, and people fuck with it. I'm like, oh okay, people like that, and I just do it again and do it again and do it again. So yeah, it was definitely when other people's perspective of me changed. That's when I was like, that's when I started getting it. Like, oh okay, maybe I am, like maybe that is what it is, being a full package artist.
Mm. So I know that Chanel is not the first song with your vocals that you've posted on the internet, right?
Yeah.
That you've put somewhere on the internet.
Right.
But correct me if I'm wrong in saying that this is the first song with your vocals on it that you're actually pushing, that you're actually coming out and saying, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at what I can do.
Yeah. It's in the past it's always been like me cooking, and then I would put things on the internet, but mainly it's just so I have like quick access to it, because I didn't want to just have my laptop and load up, my files in order to listen. So it was like, all right, I could put it on like this page, and then when other people wanted to hear the reference tracks, I would just like send them the page. So it's like, yeah, I have a page with all of them on there. And then a part of that was just me trying to figure out like, damn, so PLAE is a producer. What am I gonna do with the vocal artist? Like, what am I gonna call that? Like, what's the idea behind that? I was like trying to build a whole new basically build a whole new identity for it. And I was just just in conversation with my people, my tribe. There's you, there's Vaughn, everyone included. After a while, I started to realize like I'm overthinking this shit. Like I'm like, I was like,
be that way sometimes.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I think it was after a conversation with I'm kind of like, yeah, no. So I wanted to do this and this and this and this. And he's like, well, so why don't you want to do it as PLAE? And I'm just like, well, because it's a completely different thing. And it's like, so, and after I explained, it was like, so you don't have a reason. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess not. And then I was just like, damn, I really am just overthinking this. I could just release the music as PLAE.
If you dropping more songs, you're gonna have to bleep out.
Damn, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I gotta bleep. And it's crazy. Being personal and not personal at the same time is different. I gotta be mindful. I gotta be conscious about what I say.
I mean, it's your first time going mass. Well, it's a learning process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and this is the first time this presentation is even happening.
What presentation?
The mask. Like, this is just an idea that I've had, but now I'm like executing it. Like, this is the idea for the live performances. And I was thinking like, oh well, I guess for the interview I'll just do what I've been doing for other PLAE series, and I'm just like, well, I can't, because this is actually like PLAE. Because all right, so the pink elephant, that's the sort of like the 2D representation of PLAE. So that's like the comic version, TV version, like 2D media. But like in 3D space, I was like, all right, how do I do that? And it's like, all right, I can be 3D PLAE, and then trying to figure out how to like actually like what's the costume, what's the idea behind that. I was just like, I don't know, the suit idea with the mask sort of just came to me, and I got married to it. So
I think I really like your vision and your direction, bro, and like all the ways that your creativity spills out. One thing I can say is with the mask idea and the whole suit idea, whatever you do, just make sure this shit is ventilated, because like this whole situation right now, it don't really got the proper HVAC setup. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know in the future. Make sure. I'm
probably gonna have some some AC in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's probably just gonna be like a enclosed studio, so like the reverb and everything kind of just, I don't know.
This nigga in 2074.
You kind of have to be. You know what I mean? Like I gotta think forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, kind of just now when you said that, I wanted to talk about the original vision I had for PLAE. The what like really birthed all this shit for me. I was just like chilling in my room, kind of like this. I don't know if you noticed the projectors back there, but I was just chilling in here kind of like this, listening to music. and I don't know what I don't know what it was. It was just the first time that's ever happened to me. But I literally saw myself in like a crowd, like a concert crowd, but like some festival shit. It was like outdoors, and above me were these like floating, bouncing. I think I mentioned it to you before. Where it's like if you watch One Piece, you know, at Punk Hazard where they had those giant babies.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw those giant babies, but they're like bouncing around like on top of the audience, and like I
Mhm.
thought that was really cool because it like in the feeling of it, it kind of feels like the spirit of the people that were in the crowd, but like
Mhm.
visually represented, like enjoying the music. And I was like, oh, that would be so ill. And then that just spiraled. Just that simple idea just spiraled into just okay, I can have a projected artist, which is what that the pink elephant like is. The idea was to have sort of like a projected artist that would do the performances. And from there, it kind of just spiraled into shit. Here we are with a 3D play with the mask on, talking about suits and, you know, performing in fucking Berlin and Sweden at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's like slowly but surely, I'm turning that into reality. I know it's gonna take a lot of effort and it's gonna take a lot of resources. Like
Yeah.
taking, you know, I guess what is that saying? Like robbing from Peter to pay Paul. It's like I
Robbing
gotta
Peter to pay Paul. Yeah.
yeah, like reinvesting in myself to make sure that like because the projections that I saw in my head, I'm really thinking like I'm sure there's technology that can do it now, but for the time it's going to take me to get there, the technology is going to get better. So my ideas
Yeah.
have to get better as well. So it's like I really
Yeah.
have to like live this life so that I can
Mm.
like actually think of the, you know what I mean, or create the
Yeah. No.
right
No. No.
things.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I think one thing that about I think I can say me and you about both of us, and I'd say it definitely comes on display a lot more when we have conversations with each other.
Mm.
It's this kind of like ballsy, arrogant kind of way when you really break it down that we kind of just talk about these things like it's just a matter of time. We may not have
Yeah.
per se results, you know, like the 100,000 plays or blah, 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 blah. We still just talk about these things like, oh, yeah, you know, like, oh, yeah, when we start having performances in France, like, oh, when we start hiring people to do this and that. And it's just like, it's just a mind state that even on our worst day is really hard to shake us from.
Facts. Like once you're, I don't know what that's called. I don't know what that's called. I want to say resolve. Like once you're committed to, nah, this is what it's going to be. Like, no matter what happens, I'm going to make sure that this happens. It's like, then, so another way to look at it, I remember when I purchased my laptop, I like hit submit so it made the payment, hit submit. Like the way I looked at it is the moment I hit submit on the payment, that laptop's mine. Like it's not in my physical, it's not in my hands, but like whenever it ships, it gets sent out, I drive up to the store or whatever it is, like at some point that laptop is going to be in my hands. I'm not accepting that like, yeah, I made a payment and it's not mine. In a similar way, it's like, as long as I accept that this is going to happen, then all that I have to do is sort of just wait until it does happen. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I got to put in a lot of work. Yeah, but it's gonna happen. Like you kind of just resolve it like, nope, it's gonna happen. There's no shaking that. I mean, but shit, if we can turn the interview for a second, we kind of got some big plans for you and your brand. We constantly talking about being better than a lot of niggas. So
did this nigga just flip the interview into a me interview now?
Nah, it don't gotta be a you interview, but I want niggas to know, like as crazy as I may sound, because I didn't think I did, but you pointing that out kind of does remind me, like, yeah, I guess to some people it may sound arrogant, but nah, if only they heard things we be talking. It's like, nah, bro, we have big plans to be the best in everything that we touch, and that's not changing. It doesn't really matter who's against us. The plan is to be the best producer, be the best artist, be the best rapper, be the best R&B artist, whatever it is. It's like, yeah. If that's the lane we choosing, we're going to the top.
Absolutely.
There's no debating that.
So speaking of things that me and you have together and visions and where you take things and taking things far, There's a certain thing that I don't think has been discussed much in open spaces, but have been discussed quite a bit in some of our more inner circles.
You talking about two?
Two?
What are you talking about?
Wait, what are you talking about?
WTDR2.
No, that's not what I was talking about.
Because be excited for that one too.
Yes, we're excited for that. No, I was talking about divine selection.
Oh, facts. Yeah, I mean, that if people are paying attention, you know, a lot of things, especially with what we're doing right now, it's all gonna be in hindsight for other people. You know what I mean? Like,
because we told them, like, it's you know, I
you
feel
know what
like,
I mean?
I definitely feel like, you know, one thing I can say in my music, especially, and you've assisted me with this over time, is I definitely feel like I kind of got like a anime lore type thing pattern really going on. If you pay attention, I mean, and that was kind of always the point for my shit, was to make it a time capsule and an encapsulation of my journey. And in doing that, you know, there is a lot of foreshadowing, because that's just how life works, you know. And I think divine selection is one of those things that a lot of people might, not everybody, but a lot of people probably miss that foreshadowing to a certain degree. It's getting darker in here. I was gonna turn the light on.
Yeah, I was gonna let you know, like, bro, you might want to put some phone cameras up.
I'm getting more mysterious by the minute. Isn't that crazy?
Blackout for real.
Like, every
blackout,
time you look
blackout.
up, I'm just more and more fucking.
Yeah, nah, you kind of
like,
killing me on this mysterious game shit.
Yeah, like I look like I might pull a gun out. Like, this shit crazy. Like, I might, you know what I mean?
No one's gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. That's a crazy part.
Like, I'm looking mad dastardly right now. You know what I'm saying?
Dastardly.
I can take the mask off. They wouldn't even know. Oh no, you can tell me.
Can you?
No.
Nah,
I can tell.
I can see the light, but that's about it. I can't add. I mean, honestly, you might want to put a light on. I mean, shit, it's cool if you going for the blackout look. You can do that too.
Yeah, nigga, mysterious, nigga.
Yeah.
You don't know who I am, nigga.
Ultra mysterious.
Ultra mega super alien mystery, nigga. What you talking about? That's such a nigga thing. Like, why do niggas do that? Like, they just be trying to overdo everything. Like, you can be like, yeah, man, you like ice cream, nigga. I'm big ice cream, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Don't like eat Bluebell in my neighborhood without my say so, nigga. I'm the real ice. Like, why niggas do that, bro? Why niggas do that? I
don't know. Ego. It's always ego.
Yeah, you can be talking about eating Mexican food, nigga. I'm the real. Dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm the real El Chapo when
they call me Comida.
What you talking about, nigga?
They call me Comida.
You know what I'm saying? Otherworldly appetite, fuck, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Otherworldly appetite. All right, bro.
I'm just saying, that's how niggas get.
Bro, that's funny.
Like, what's buddy name for the hot dog competition? Joey?
I'm not. Yeah. The Glizzy Monster.
That's
all I know.
That's how he be talking to niggas about the hot dog competition,
Oh,
bro.
For real? I ain't know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
bro,
that's how you gotta talk when you on top. Nice.
But that nigga won like 16 times last year. This shit started winning. That nigga said, hey, go grab the boys. We're doing this shit. Like, the actual company canceled it. This nigga said, nah, we're doing this shit. I'm finna whoop these niggas' ass. Let's go inside. I'm not letting y'all run from no smoke. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, we could be talking about microphones, hats, shirts. Shit, nigga, we be talking about breathing. Niggas can get competitive. Oh, slow breathing out.
Yeah, kind of.
Mouth breathing out, boy. Damn, boy. You need to stop smoking, ain't it, boy?
That's all ego, bro. That's all ego.
Ego.
Wanting to be the best.
So, what? Speaking of ego, right? So this is something I want to ask you.
I would say you pivoted away from the divine selection conversation.
Oh, I you know what's crazy? Before I was asking that question, I was like, I should press him on a deeper answer for divine selection. I was like, I'm gonna let him have it.
What was the question?
That wasn't a real answer. What
was the question?
Divine selection.
Oh, tell them about divine selection?
Yeah.
Divine selection. It's crazy. Is it? Yeah. I guess at this point, the plan is for it to be. Initially, it was the thought process was like it was the production duo. So what I was saying with a lot of the things that we do nowadays, it's in hindsight for a lot of people. Is that, if you look at the Welcome to the Renzoverse track list, like all you see is divine selection, but we just didn't call it that. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, divine selection is the two creative houses sort of meeting. So Almighty Renzo and PLAE Legacy, and PLAE, we just meeting, merging ideas, merging creativity, both on production, and the plan is vocals as well. I have a project in mind. I mean, as it is right now, I mean, the name kind of says everything, right? It's
Right.
divine selection. What else do y'all need to know? You know what I mean? Like, you hear the music, you see the name. It is what it is.
Yeah, nah, facts. I like that. Nigga, I'm so mysterious. I feel like I'm breaking in my own crib right now.
Maybe in the total darkness, you can take the mask off, because I feel like a motherfucker just happened to see you through a window or something.
Nah, you can kind of still tell I took my mask off. I got to put it back on. Like, you can tell.
Like, I can't. I promise you on my side,
look,
we can't.
So I take the mask off. It still look mysterious, but it don't look as serious. Nigga, I put this mask on, nigga, like, you don't know what's what. Nigga, you don't even know if I still got my camera on.
Bro, at this point, you doing it for you. Because I promise you, we can't see it.
So there's no difference between this and this.
Nah, nothing changed.
I can see it, bro.
Yeah, maybe your phone screen's a lot different than my laptop screen, so maybe. Yo, so question. Like, if this is the performance of PLAE, like, if I'm doing the PLAE interviews, do I gotta put the mask on now? I gotta decide that.
Nigga, this is you that want to walk this life.
I'm creating this lifestyle, but like, I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, Brad, do I? I mean, because technically it is. Yeah. Anyways, I'll figure it out. It's just. You was about to ask about something.
Yes, I was about to ask about ego. So,
yeah.
Do you think in your music making career, ego it's a two-part question. So the first part is, in your music making career, do you think that ego has helped or hindered more? And then going forward, is your plan to dig deeper into that ego and get more control, or let go more of the ego?
I mean, so I'll be honest, in a lot of the songs I make, I'm either telling us like the goal is to tell the story, or I'm trying to like write the song from a different perspective. So yes, ego is heavily used, but it's not like I'm using like a PLAE ego. I'm literally just like, I'm kind of playing with ego. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking a perspective of like so Call Me When You're Free, G, that well a lot of these songs people are not gonna know, but I have songs where like it's written from the perspective of someone who's in a relationship, and they're like, they either had cheated or plotting to cheat on their partner, and it's just sort of that conversation with like a friend. That's not something that I have done in my personal life, but it's just sort of like the thought of it. How's that funny?
I'm not that mysterious. Let me go ahead and stand on the other side of this one right here.
Yeah, nah, it's literally all just perspective, just playing with perspective. Like, I'll literally just be sitting. So it'll happen one of two ways. I'll either be listening to a beat and I hear a phrase in my head. So like the Chanel song, where on the hook, I literally heard I'm trying to put you in Chanel, and then I just wrote the rest of it from just that sentence. Or I'll hear a beat and I'll think of like a situation, like while I'm listening to the beat, I'm just like picturing something. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And so I'll start like writing from that perspective. Or I'll just be in regular life, maybe driving or talking to someone or whatever, and the situation comes to mind, And then I'm just like, oh, that'll be interesting. So I just like write it down, like, okay, this and this happened. And so whenever I'm like listening to beats, I'm trying to pick out a song that'll go well for whatever situation I'm thinking about. So yes, to answer your question, ego is most definitely used, but not in a. I'm not using like the PLAE ego. Like there's no, at least right now there's no PLAE ego. I mean, I guess it's all PLAE ego, because even any of the situations I think of, I'm thinking of them as me first and then someone else, you know what I mean? Like it has to sort of pass through me before I can think of something else. But nah, it's, at least I don't identify it as PLAE. But maybe in the future, like when I start doing like more interesting shit, like fuck it, I'll just get deeper and deeper into the ego of like, I don't know, just a playboy, just a playful ass nigga.
Playboy.
For real.
So delving deeper into the songwriting, who would you say is your biggest inspiration as far as songwriting?
Biggest inspiration? I can't. I mean, can we say his name?
Is it who I think it is? If it's who I think it is, I'll say it.
I don't know if you think it. Who do you think it is? All right, who do you think it is?
If it's no, let me know if it's who I think it is, because there is like, if it's who I think it is, you know it's who I think it is.
All right, I don't think it's who you think it is.
Okay, so then you tell me.
Fuck it, I'll just bleep it.
I'm like, why does he need to say his name? And
yeah,
why is he gonna bleep it?
It's
definitely Party Next Door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to who you're saying, yeah, like Party is definitely an influence as well. But I feel like it's that, and then it's Party. You know what I mean? It's Party's a close second.
Why are you so scared to say Party name? But you should be scared to say that nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, but Party's definitely a big influence for me. I definitely like his writing style. You can tell he actually like reads his lyrics. You know when like, so Frank Ocean's another one where like if you read their lyrics, you can tell they like wrote it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like you can tell.
You said, who's another example?
Frank Ocean. Yeah, like you can tell.
Yeah, he yeah.
They're definitely top two.
Frank Ocean song?
What?
Pyramids.
Yeah, for sure.
Pyramids while you're high with a woman. Oh shit!
Dang, bruh. Those are experiences I haven't had.
Oh shit!
That might inspire a classic right there. I might have to do that.
Hey man, you missing out. All right, so let me ask you another question. All right?
Yeah.
Top 5 cities you want to go to and get high. Go.
Cities.
This is gonna tell me a lot about you. If it helps, do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that question might throw you off guard, so I'll answer first.
I have some places in mind, but it's being high there don't really make a difference for me. I just kind of want to be there.
I have some places. Denver, definitely want to be multiple types of Denver. Amsterdam is one.
Okay.
Tokyo is another.
Interesting.
Greece is another.
Interesting. Wait, Greece is a country, no?
Yeah.
You said cities.
Santorini. Pick a city.
Got it. Oh, just all of Greece. Just pick a city.
No, one of the nicer. Okay.
Mykonos type shit. Mykonos.
Yeah, Mykonos. I want to get really dangerously high in like one of the nicer.
Yeah. Well, you know you're safe.
Yeah, and like yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Damn, you really black out for real, bro. That's crazy.
What did I say so far?
You said Denver, Mykonos, Tokyo, Amsterdam, and then I guess one more.
Yeah, the last one is Ethiopia.
Ooh, again, not a city, but I know what you mean.
I don't know any cities in Ethiopia.
Me neither.
But pick the capital, okay?
Wait, Addis Ababa?
That's the
Damn.
capital. Egypt.
I don't know if it's the capital. I feel like it's a city. Damn, we gonna sound ignorant in front of people. It's okay.
Come educate us, please. DM me and educate me.
Educate me at
Yeah,
for me.
At Almighty, I'm not playing no more. For this. So
Oh yeah,
hey,
for this Almighty runs up for sure.
At Almighty Rental. Okay, now I'm playing.
Tag in the description.
I just had to get that out there.
What's it called? Dang, you know what? That's an excuse I can never pull off in a relationship. Bro, what? That wasn't even me. That was play number 2. It's like, come on, bro. Like, come on. What's it called?
She said she fuck with play. Nah.
She was talking about bro.
I understand your confusion. Yeah, I get it.
Baby, I don't even wear my mask like that. Come on. That's
I got my mask come out. He got the flat mask.
Yo, he got my shit go like that. His shit go like that. Come on,
yeah. I wear bucket hats. You wear trucker hats. Like, come on.
On some real toxic shit. You can't tell that's not my mask.
And
really?
He's like, I seen you buy some trucker hats the other day. He's like, see, now I was buying them for play number 2.
Like he asked me. I was just it was a store run, really. We was at the studio. He said I needed some trucker hats. No, that's hilarious.
It's funny.
That's funny. All jokes. What's your comedy style?
So what's your top 5?
My top 5. So I'll definitely take Tokyo, but it wasn't on my mind before. But I'll definitely take Tokyo. I was thinking Madrid.
You want to get high in Madrid?
Yeah, but like I was saying, I don't think getting high is gonna make a difference for me. I kind of just want to go to these.
I'm not asking your top 5 cities to go to. I'm saying where are the top 5 places where you can get high.
I don't know, bro.
So, wait, Vegas. I might.
You chose your 5. All right. Well, what are you gonna take off to put Vegas on?
I replace Denver with Vegas. The take out Denver, put in Vegas.
So I won't say. Apparently, I get high wrong because I just chill by myself. You know what I mean? I'm always indoors. I'm kind of anxious being high outside just because I'm just looking at everyone like, oh, do they know I'm high?
I walk.
You said what?
You don't ever take a walk high?
I have in the past. That feels good. But again, if it's just me, then yeah, I'm fine. But like, if it's like in public, I'm not really with that. Like
you gotta smoke a strain.
Okay, maybe. I mean, I feel like social anxiety is real. Do you have social anxiety? I would imagine not, right?
Why?
Because don't you have social anxiety?
Yeah.
You don't present like someone that has social anxiety.
I have social anxiety all the time.
Oh, okay. I guess how do you deal with it in public?
I just do.
Yeah, but how?
Okay.
You just deal with it. It's just like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, it's like acceptance, like even having social anxiety while you get high thing, like the more you face it, the less you're scared of it. Cause I do it and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh, that wasn't that bad. And even when it's really bad, I'm still like, okay, it wasn't that bad. I'm still alive. I still got, you know what I'm saying? So the less I run from it, the better I'm able to control it, because I kind of feel like if I run from it the whole time, all I'm giving it is power. Now, when I do it at certain points, okay, I may not want to do it in this situation, but I do want to do it in this situation. That's control. But when I'm just out of fear, I just don't want to do it ever. Me personally, I feel like that's me giving it control.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I get that, but
I'm saying weed or shrooms, acid, perks, whatever you do, just in general.
I'm just talking about weed.
I took the walk.
Would you go to Poland?
Yeah. So, okay. So let's just put it as weed. There's nowhere that you would like to smoke a blunt and take in the scenery.
My girl's bedroom. My bedroom, like that's
this guy.
I don't really. There's not a lot of places that you know what I mean. I just indoors.
Have you ever smoked weed in a different city?
Yeah.
Where?
Damn, what happened to the personal shit? It was
just
Portland.
You've been to a city before, you know what I mean?
Portland.
And it felt different than Atlanta, didn't it?
Mm, the weed itself was different, but I don't know.
From my conversation with you about your time in Portland, it was like a couple days you were out there, right? You and your girl. And it seemed like you were able to relax more and sit in it because of the location.
Yeah, but that was also because I guess it's also my location at home. Like I'm just relaxing and smoking ain't really the vibe here either. You know, I kind of gotta.
Nah. I get that.
Yeah.
But that still goes into what I'm saying about how much an environment plays a role in the high.
No, for sure. No, but that's kind of my point. It's like environment plays a role in every aspect of life. So yeah, of course it's gonna play a role in being high. It's just I guess I'm just not catering outside in me being, you know what I mean? So it's like even if I so let's say Portland, I was just smoking in the backyard, went back inside the house. It's not like I was like while like hiking a trail, I was like, oh okay, let's get out. Like I don't know. For me personally, I just don't smoke outside. Like I just like this smoking security.
So one of the best places I've gotten high in multiple states around the country, right? Not like a whole lot, just multiple, right?
Okay.
And one of my best experiences was smoking in LA. And you could say like, oh, it was a quality of weed. No, I bought like the bottom shelf LA weed because I just wanted to get that. And bottom shelf LA weed is still good. It's just like compared to what I can get out here, it's not better. You know what I'm saying? So I had some little bit higher grade shit as well. But what made the experience for me a lot was like, okay, I'm getting high and I can smoke on the sidewalk. No one's gonna bother me. I don't have any anxiety. You know, so like for Amsterdam, that's why that's one of the places I picked, because you go to Amsterdam, everybody's getting fucked up. So it's a different type of comfortability you feel while being fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then, so that's one thing, right? The other thing is that particular trip to LA, a lot of our transportation was by way of scooter, you know, the little
okay.
So you get hot.
That could be interesting.
You wake up, you toast a blunt, you hit the Lime scooters around the city, whoop, whoop. You go to this spot, you thrift, hop back on the Lime scooter, go here, get some tacos, whoop, whoop, whoop. It's a different kind of experience, you know?
Yeah, all right. So take everything you just did, except rather than smoking at the top of the day, smoke at the end of it. So you take the Lime scooters around the city, get some tacos, thrift, take some Lime scooters around the city, come back home, then take a hit. That's how I would do it.
Okay, and then when I take a hit, so like for example, that time in LA, I was staying at a crib that was in that part of LA where it's like the hill is super steep.
Oh,
so when I walked out at night.
Go ahead. Because I'm thinking about like San Francisco.
When I walked out at night and I took in that scenery, it was a different kind of breathtaking.
I can imagine. Yeah. See, and that I would be a part of, because at nighttime we just observing. There weren't a lot of people outside, right? It was just you and maybe the people you were with.
Listen, bro, we gonna get you on some different strains.
I don't think it's the strains, but okay, I got you. Nah, it's not like the strains make me anxious. I'm already that way. Like I'm pretty chill.
I know. So there are certain terpenes and certain strains that react certain ways with the nervous system, with your body and anxiety.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah. It ain't that.
It's kind of like how you don't drink, so you might not be as familiar with that.
Yeah.
There's a thing they call liquid courage. That's because when you drink alcohol, there are certain things in alcohol that react to certain things in your body, that react a certain way to your to your brain, and takes away inhibitors instead of inhibitions. Takes away inhibitions instead of increasing them. And they have weak strains that have similar effects in that regard.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, I do wonder what being drunk would be like, but yeah.
Wait, so you've never been drunk at all before?
Nah. Yo, you know what's interesting? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, are you open to it? Like, can I get you drunk someday? Because that's not something you want to do. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's for a religious reason. It's more so I'm just stubborn. I'm stubborn. Plus, I know that I have an addictive personality, so I'm kind of just like making sure I limit my addictions. You know what I mean?
So you don't want.
I mean, no, it's fine. I'm sure it's just like a one time thing, or I guess maybe once
It's not
every.
gonna be a one-time thing. And let me know, because once I get you dropped, bro, pause. There's no going
Yeah, that
back.
shit sound kind of crazy, but
I said
I'm
pause.
so I can't play that game. Oh, yo, so I was telling Bleep, I was telling him that like whenever
Oops.
someone tells me, all right, now I actually have to bleep it. I was telling that whenever someone tells me pause from now on, I'm gonna just say replay and then just say that same shit again. Just to be part of the PLAE brand. Just like fuck it, we just gonna
You're a sick man.
we gonna let that leak into every part of life. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Got to. But yeah, nah, I mean, I'm just I'm gonna like add to my repertoire. But yeah, nah, my girl is even trying to do like a trip and get drunk in seclusion. See, even in that, like, I'm not about to get drunk and just be outside.
Now you will be. You've never had a drink before, but I think you'll have a drink and be outside. I don't even think. Trust me, bro. I know you, and I know alcohol, and I know you outside. I know some things. You will go out some places with me and drink. I believe that. If you get into
yeah, I was gonna say
I'm not pressing you to do.
Yeah, I probably won't. But in the moments that I do, it'll probably be on some like close friends party, like house, secluded. It's kind of the same way I get. It's like the same way I get high.
You know why I think you'll enjoy? Well, let me say the main reason I think you'll enjoy getting drunk outside.
Why is that?
The music.
The music. Yeah, but can I experience that in a house?
No, because you got to be around and feel other people's energy. You got to feel what the song doing to other people too, and it's a different kind of experience, man. It opens up a different part of your brain and a different perspective.
Yeah. I mean, right now you're just telling me. Right now it's just like, okay, I hear you.
All I'm saying is someday if you just start to walk down that path and you start drinking, I'm gonna take you outside somewhere, and I'm gonna say I told you so.
All right. Maybe a festival or something.
Maybe a festival. Maybe when you finally come visit me in Houston, you know.
Yeah, gotta do that for the listening party. I wonder if I'll be out there before then. I mean, probably not. I don't know. September. Yeah.
You're spilling all the beans today.
Please. I'm thinking about this in my head. I'm like, bro, we have 58 minutes. I'm actually have to edit this one like seriously, considering everything.
Oh, we're at 58 minutes?
Yeah, we have 58.
I was thinking this shit was going on kind of long. I didn't think it was 58 minutes. All right. All right. I got to step in as interviewer. Okay.
Rein us in. Bring us together. Oh, that's crazy. You put the light on.
Yeah.
Real mystery man shit, for real.
Thank you for tapping into the most mysterious interview you've ever seen.
Thanks.
I am PLAE numero dos, aka Almighty Renzo, and this is PLAE Legacy, aka PLAE Legacy numero uno.
The one. The one, not the only, is crazy. The one, not the only.
The one, not the only, is kind of crazy. That's funny.
One of many.
The one, not the only. On some Dr. Vegapunk shit.
Yeah, type. Well, I'm not there yet, but I get the gist of what you're saying. The niggas be spoiling shit in the Discord.
Get it there. Okay. All right. Let me say my.
Because I was wondering, how is he so old? Yet the pics I've seen, he was young. I'm like, but yeah, it's okay.
Nah, you just gotta get there.
Yeah.
So I also feel like we should have some outro music. We're gonna call the engineer, tell him put that on in post too.
Yeah. Music throughout this whole shit. Throughout the whole.
Post.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna play the Chanel song during this whole one, or are you gonna play a different song?
Yeah, just the beat. I normally do the beat for whatever the song is that I do with the artist. So technically this backing track will be the same as the last one.
Makes sense. Oh, because Chanel is on the beat that you did from the last one. Yeah,
for Motive.
It's
Yeah,
kind of interesting to see that evolution in the PLAE
it's really
series.
dope, and I love seeing Motive's reaction to the song. Like that honestly makes me so happy. Like it makes me want to make like 30 more. Like he really fucks with the song, and it's like, damn, I'm really glad I did a good job on that.
It's a hard song, bro. I fuck with it.
Thank you.
I thank you for your contribution to the creative society.
Thank you. Oh shit.
If there's a message that you have to get to young creators out there, you have to give it to me before we get out of here.
Okay. So I think my message to young creators would be always look beyond the moment. Always look beyond the moment. Always make sure that you're not stuck in a zeitgeist. Like you're not stuck in whatever is in now, because trends fade, fads fade, but true style, true creativity, it lasts. Like you create something within the moment that's not of the moment, it'll last. Hopefully. Again, everything I'm saying right now, I'm speaking in hindsight. In foresight, I guess. In foresight, by the time you hear it, I would have spoken it in hindsight.
Little comment,
those things.
Yeah,
a little bit.
This is my first ever time, and I've been interviewed a number of times, but this is my first time ever interviewing someone. It's pretty interesting to make my best attempt at putting someone on display.
I appreciate the questions. Your questions are definitely from the perspective of someone that knows me well. But I would say, do you feel like I was speaking like myself, like how I normally speak with you, or did I like put on a different voice, like a different character?
I feel like, okay, so here's what I feel like. I feel like we were both being ourselves and different at the same time. Like I feel like there's a certain way we talk to each other and a certain way conversations go that we wouldn't let the public see.
Oh yeah, for sure. We would not have bleeped that one name, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you would still tell me that he's, whatever, but yeah.
No, I mean, just the professionalism. Like that other night, we had that conversation on the phone, and I had called you the other night. We were talking about, what the fuck we were talking about? I don't even remember. But that type of conversation, we wouldn't have that type of conversation in public. So that's the only thing I feel like is different. I felt like that was kind of like more off limits.
Yeah. One thing I asked that because one thing I noticed about like, I guess interviewing homies is that like motherfuckers like change. Like there's like they're visibly different people. I'm just like, bruh, be yourself right now. I like the Motive interview because I mean, yeah, he was really just chilling. Like we was really just kicking it, just talking. I mean, kind of like this. I feel like I've been myself for the most part. It's just, yeah, I guess we really wouldn't be talking about this type of stuff if we were just talking about ourselves. Like we would actually be talking about like in the moment, like right now, let's get to it type stuff. But right now it's kind of like, all right, let's talk about the idea, like the how, the why, you know what I mean? Like we got to talk about things in a more abstract.
Hold on. Pause this shit. Let me ask you a question. Are you trying to tell me that I was phony in my interview?
Bro,
is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, bro. Yes. Bro, there was a part, I got a clip right now. It's a clip of you explaining, it's when I asked you about the legendary, I was like, yeah, so I heard these legendary stories about y'all recording in the library, but I wasn't there. And he was like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so back in the day, it's like you literally put on a deeper voice. I was like, bro, what is going on?
That's not fair. Not fair. You know me. You know my voice be doing that sometimes.
Nah, but that's the thing. Yes, it does that. Yes, your voice does that, but there is a you got a presenter voice, and you was clearly presented, and there's nothing wrong with presenting. Like if that's what we doing, that's what we doing. It's just I know that's what you was doing. You know what I mean? It's
hold on.
Nah,
the crazy
bro.
thing is that's not even my presenter voice. My presenter voice is more high pitched because I can control that one better. Like when I do that one, I feel like I'm more in tune. I can enunciate my words. When I go a little bit lower, that's when I feel like shit just get a little. I start saying shit like more. You know what I'm saying? Like shit just get a little.
however you wanna slice and dice it, bro. Your voice is different. But yeah, it was an interesting bag. But you're not the only one that does it. Like, bro, the interview with Vaughn was like that. Was like that too.
Don't even get me started on Vaughn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah, bro. People don't even know, bro. Like, motherfuckers be wanting to pod with Vaughn, and Vaughn just turns into
Vaughn
like
is fucking funny, bro.
Bro, he's hilarious. Like, he'll just turn into a whole nother person. I'm just like, bro, Vaughn, what is you doing? And then he'll get comfortable,
okay,
and then
everybody's seeing ourselves right now.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Right. The funny part, he'll get comfortable, and then he'll get right back to it. It's like, oh, yo, I forgot I was supposed to be someone else right now. It's like, come on, what are you doing? But it's cool. I get it. He got a lot of stuff on, a lot of plans, so he got to think about like how he presents himself. So I get that.
What about Q? You feel like he was phony?
Q is, I wouldn't say phony, but in the same way, like, yeah, well, I guess if that's how we defining it, then yeah, he had the presenter voice as well. But the thing is like, his presenter voice wasn't the tone, it was like the way that he was talking. You know what I mean? Like, he was definitely it was like we were saying earlier about like, you got to exemplify the ego. Like, he was really more so just like letting people know about himself. You know what I mean?
But that's cute on the regular though. That's him as a person.
What, letting people know about himself? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. If I say anything else, he gonna kill me. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, nah. Q definitely had a presenter voice on, but it makes sense. Like, we all gotta present. But go listen to the
But you feel like I was the phoniest. That's what you said. That's what it sounds like.
Nah, I think it was Vaughn. So Vaughn, then you, then I'll tie Caesar and Q just because they wasn't really. I wouldn't really call them. They wasn't really being funny.
That's just because you don't know them as well.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that. It's like, I didn't really see them as being funny, but I could tell just using my ears. I could tell they were using like presenter voice. Plus, like, I've been in conversations with many people. Like, I know how people talk, and I could tell they were presenting Caesar the homie or presenting young Q LaFleur. You know what I mean? But yeah. If you listen to the one with me and Motive, that was the least ego one. Like, we were just talking, just kicking it. Maybe I was presenting the most on that one. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, perhaps I was presenting the most, which is. But yeah, that one was super.
I feel like you were presenting. I feel like you're presenting less in this one than you were in me and you's interview, and I feel like part of that might be because of the whole mystery.
Yeah, with the, I don't know, the mask. Now that I'm like at the end of the interview, like I'm a lot more comfortable with the mask shit. But you think that I was presenting less in this interview than the previous one?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Well, also because I'm not being interviewed, so like, or like, I'm not the one that's interviewing. So like,
nah, but even your interview structure was kind of like presenting, like even for an interview.
Yeah, for sure. But that was because it was the first one. I feel like if we do when we do the next PLAE series and it's roles reversed, like, you'll see I'll be a lot more comfortable with it because you were the first one, so I didn't even know how that shit was gonna go. I kind of just did it, and then it's like, all right, so then what do I do? But now I've done it 6-7 times. It's about to be, I think, 7. Or maybe 8, shit, I don't know. But I've done it enough times to where it's like, at least I know what to do next. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I gotta cut the clips. I gotta do the sound effects. I gotta do the clips and post, IG shit. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's gonna come next after this. But yeah, I think the next one that we do is definitely gonna be interesting. And now I know I can ask you some like more personal questions. Or some, like, you know what I mean? Like,
because we got all the introductory shit out the way.
Yeah. It's like, yo, so tell me about best friend. like we could just talk about shit.
It be your own partners.
Hey, nah, because we already got out all the like presented shit. It's like, yo, so tell me. So damn, what's the name of that song? What's the name of that song on Welcome to the Renzoverse where you're literally just talking shit? Like, you're just shitting on a shorty.
Side.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. Yo, hold on. Pause. If anyone's listening to this interview right now and you've come this far, go listen to Side. This nigga was talking crazy. Like, I don't. Oh, also, since I get to be the one that's speaking now, I can tell y'all confidently, I don't know. I understand that Almighty Renzo presents as a rapper, but if you read the lyrics, this nigga's an R&B artist, bruh. He's an R&B artist. It's a facade. The rap shit's a facade, bro. This nigga really be writing these like R&B. Like if Tank was to sing the shit that you write, gold, platinum, right now. Motherfucking who's
You said if what?
If Tank was to sing you shit, or what's it called? I'm trying to think. Chris could definitely pull it off.
Chris Brown?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone that's like just talking, because the only thing I can think of is Future, but he's not an R&B artist either.
Party Next Door.
Oh yeah, but I mean the only one he really got like that is like Savage Anthem. You know what I mean? I feel like you have like three Savage Anthems.
All of my shit ain't like side. Don't make it seem like I'm some super horrible toxic person.
What's the hook for Best Friend? Just for those who haven't heard it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This thing is like, oh, they're not all like side, bro. You have a couple of those. I don't know if you, but you know what? All right, I'll be fair. The reason I say R&B is because like they're not all on like the toxic side. A lot of them are on like the lovey-dovey side. So go listen to Interlude. Like nigga got into us like a super bag. We got a couple that are coming out now that like
you got Ride for Me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ride for Me. Yeah. What's it called? Blame It On Me, second half.
Tell me who you want to be. Yeah.
Nah, it's there's definitely a lot of love there. I mean, even the concept of Welcome to the Renzo First is literally love, or like, you know, it's the pursuit of. So yeah, it's definitely R&B though. Like either way, whichever way you slice it, it's R&B. You just be rapping it.
I just be rapping beat.
Yeah, rapping beat for real. Oh yeah. Wow, that shit was in front of me this whole time. I didn't even notice it.
Mm-hmm. It'd be that way.
But yeah, the next one's gonna be a lot more personal. I just
rate me as the interviewer. Rate me, nigga. Rate me as the interviewer.
On the interview, nigga, that's a little tacky.
Okay. Damn, my bad.
What, out of 5 or something?
I was gonna say 10. Let's be gentle. I was gonna say out of 10.
I mean, out of 10 is always good. Everyone's just always gonna say something over 5 or 5. Out of 10.
Yeah. If we do out of 5, it's kind of like you got to go hard or go home.
Yeah, I mean, out of 5, I was gonna say like a 3.8, 3.9.
Oh, that's horrible. Damn, they got it in the gym.
I thought it was pretty good.
A 3.8. A 3.8 is terrible.
Okay, so and here's the other thing, right? Which is why I kind of wanted to change the perspective of like, these aren't interviews, but they're conversations. Because like, bro, after the questions, like we kind of just kicking it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not really, it's not like, oh. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, imagine if you open up a restaurant, right? You went on Google's, and the average of your review was at 3.8 out of 5. If you want to play that work there, you want to go, oh, fuck, that's cool. But if you the boss, you're like, why the fuck is we at 3.8? What the fuck is y'all doing that got 3.8?
I mean, but you know you got room to grow, right? Like, you know, it's not. Do you want me to say 5? It's
no.
Yeah, you know you got room to grow, so you got to grow from the 3.8 to the 5.
I'm just talking shit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't like the idea of being at 3.8, but
it's that ego. It's that ego shit. It's that ego shit you was just talking about. Like niggas just want to be the best. It's like, yeah, but you gotta keep doing it. I mean, is being an interviewer even something that you're interested in? Is that a bag you really want to sort of perfect?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Damn. What? You really see that being like, I guess, useful in your life?
You don't?
Being an interviewer? Maybe a conversationalist, but not an interview. Again, I think they're like completely different things.
Interviewing people is an aspect of conversationalist. That's just like,
but it's
it's just like if I'm in the army, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be a top soldier. Yeah, most of the time I might be in firefights, but I still need to get my hand-to-hand combat together if I'm gonna be a top soldier.
Okay. Huh. Wait,
Even
so
if I
you
only
need to
get in
perfect your hand-to-hand
one
if you want to be a top
hand-to-hand
soldier.
combat fight my whole, even if I only get in one hand-to-hand combat the
Okay.
whole time I'm on duty. If I'm a real soldier, I shouldn't go out like no chump.
Right. No, so I see your example, but let me sort of explain what I mean by the different. I feel like being an interviewer and a conversationalist, they're like being in the military, but they're different in branches. Like one is the Navy, the other is the Air Force. It's
I don't
your
think
different
so.
skills. Like you're
I don't think
in the
so.
military, and there are things about the branches that are going to be similar, but the execution, I think, at the end is going to be different. You know what I mean? Like for a conversationalist, I don't think that your point is to sort of. I feel like as an interviewer, your point is to like get certain information out of someone, versus as a conversationalist, again, from my view, it's to learn more about a person. It's just like I'm just entering this place. If this lasts for 2 seconds, it's cool. That's a 2-second conversation. If it lasts for 2 hours, it's cool. It's a 2-hour conversation. But my intention going in wasn't to get certain information out of the person. It was just to have a conversation, just see where the conversation takes me. Versus, I feel like an interview, it takes prep. You gotta have your questions in mind. You gotta do your research about the person, and hit certain details. Like there's a whole like maybe journalistic integrity that goes with it that I just don't see present in a conversationalist.
I mean, I feel like even if because I feel like, okay, so even if we put being interviewed as part of that conversationalist thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing. That's what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even in an interview, you have to do those same things. You have to be prepped. You have to do research. You have to know the person that's interviewing you. If you don't have all those things, I don't really feel like you can be an interviewee to the best of your ability.
Yeah, but you don't have to do those things to be a conversationalist, though. Like, you don't have to prep or anything.
In my opinion, you do.
Really?
In my opinion, you do. Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I think you have to research, get to know people and stuff like that to be a conversationalist.
What? Nah, because you get into conversations with random people every day. You know what I mean? There's some conversation
about those people
for sure, but the difference is that you didn't know them before. You didn't know anything about them. You kind of just came into the conversation, and you're like, "Tell me about yourself. Where are you from?" Blah 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 blah. It's not like you.
And people do interviews like that sometimes. I did an interview out here. I did a 5-minute interview with a nigga that I never met before. He had a camera, he had a setup. He said, "Do you want to interview?" The nigga just popped it off.
Yeah, but I guess did y'all just have a conversation and name it in an interview, or did y'all have an interview? Because I think that's different. That's kind of my point.
No, it was an interview.
What made it an interview?
He asked questions. He got to know me.
Okay.
The progression of the conversation was that of an interview.
Wait, no. You can't use the word in the definition, because so far everything you said was a conversation. He asked you questions. He got to know you.
It's also an interview. No, but it's also an interview. So like whatever. So tell me what makes an interview to you.
But I did. It's the questions. It's the research. It's the having certain things that you want to sort of hit. It's the whole. It's a whole like development part of I don't know how to the journalist part.
But that doesn't make any sense, because for the research part, because let's say I invite you to do an interview, right? And you do the interview. If I don't research, then is it automatically not an interview anymore? No, it's still an interview. I just didn't do research for it.
Okay, so then maybe it's a bad interview, but at that point I would just think it's a conversation. Okay, how about wait. Let me retract that. So not retract the words, but retract the concept. Perhaps let's not say it's a bad interview. Let's just say it's a conversation. What you had was a conversation, not necessarily an interview.
It's a fucking interview, bro. You have an interview without prep, bro. In my opinion, an interview is an interview. When you're asking someone in a platform and you're giving them the space to speak in a certain way and it's structured a certain way, it's an interview. Let's look at the definition of interview.
Yeah, because at this point, because this is
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because this is literally we're gonna be here for another hour. This is literally all our conversations. The fact that we gotta
Yeah.
pull out a dictionary in all our
Google
conversations,
every time we
that's
start talking about
different, bro.
something, we be like, nah, let's look up the
Yeah,
definition.
because fuck it, bro. At this point, we just go back and forth. But yeah, I mean, I kind of am interested. What is the actual definition of a? And the thing is,
What
I'm
is
using.
the definition?
Let's see. I'm using my my phone as a. Oh, this shit's tweaking. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see who's right. Ever tell you that idea for a podcast where niggas just argue without Google, and at the end you finally Google it to see who's wrong? An interviewed is a structured conversation. Already, that's the difference. An interview is a structured conversation where one participant asks questions and the other provides answers. In common parlance, the word interview refers to a one-on-one conversation between an interviewer and an interviewee. Let's pull up Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, so what I did with Buddy counts as an interview. It was a structured dialogue that had questions that I answered.
So, using Merriam-Webster, a formal consultation, usually to evaluate qualification. Oh, no, that's a prospective student or employee, but that's not what we're talking about. A meeting at which information is obtained, as by a reporter, television commentator, or pollster from a person, at which information is obtained, which is one of the things I was saying, or B, a report or reproduction of information so obtained.
You're saying the information is obtained within the conversation, not prior.
A meeting at which information is obtained from a person. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. In the information is obtained in the actual conversation.
Require that
research. This is true. None of the research is actually in a definition. To question or talk with someone, to get information, to conduct an interview with someone. So it seems like information gathering is a key part of what makes an interview an interview. So, okay, so I guess that kind of goes back to what I was saying about the intention behind a conversation and an interview, where in a conversation, you're kind of just going in, whatever happens. It's not like you're going in thinking, I'm going to get certain information. You're kind of just going into a conversation versus an interview where, okay, let's take out the research beforehand, but getting information is still a key part of it, you know?
But I feel like that's not true. That goes back to what I was saying before when I'm saying an interview is a type of conversation. And that's literally how they had it in the definition. It had conversation in the definition.
Yeah, but what is the difference between an interview and a conversation? Yeah, but what is the difference?
What? There is no, because it's one of the things. That's like saying, what's the difference between striking and MMA? Striking is part of MMA. It's just a segment. Striking doesn't encompass all MMA. You also have grappling. You also have takedowns. But striking is a part of it. Like interviewing is a type of conversation.
But it doesn't have to be part of a conversation. Yeah, it's a type, but not a part of. I think that's the difference between our examples, where I'm saying like, there's a difference between branches in the military, because yeah, they're all in the military, but there's different types of branches. Because you're saying an interview is a type of a conversation.
But conversation is if that's the case, conversation is the word military, and then interview is one of the branches. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But in the example that you used, it's not that an interview is a part of a conversation. You know what I mean? Like it's
okay. Let's go to military example. What I'm saying still stands. In that conversation is the umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I wish there's a way to like where you sort of like leave things abstract, because like being in conversationalist is just leaving it abstract. But I guess what are the different types of conversations? Maybe that's what I gotta look up. It's like a general conversation. There's an interview conversation.
I think that an interrogation and an interview are two different types of conversation.
Interrogation and an interview. I think in connotation, yeah, we view them as different, but are they different?
One is more aggressive than the other one.
Yeah, that's what I meant by connotation. Although the purpose of both interviews and interrogations is obtaining information.
That's correct.
You said what?
I said one is to gain information, right? But one is most of the time predicated off consent, while the other one most of the time is not predicated off of consent.
So it seems like, at least using this definition,
Predicated on.
the interview is an informal procedure, whereas the interrogation is formally questioning a person with information about a suspected crime. So they added crime as a part of.
Yeah, I don't feel like an interrogation always has to do with a crime.
Yeah, let's look up the Merriam-Webster. Yo, who's Webster? Interrogation, the act of.
Was it? Hey, why are you trying to steal my song, bro? I'll show this. I was trying to end it, and now we going on a whole other tangent. I've been trying to end this shit for 20 minutes.
Yeah, my bad. He said, why am I stealing your style? The question formally.
No, I'm saying you stealing my sauce, but you trying to take the power in. You trying to make it your interview again. I'm the interviewer, nigga. I'm closing this shit out.
You're right. That's my bad.
I'm closing this shit out, dude. I'm trying to close this shit out for 20 minutes, bro.
My fault. Play number 2. You're right. I'm tripping.
Don't put sauce on the 2. Don't do that.
What you mean sauce on the 2, nigga? I just said your name.
No, I'm fucking with you, bro. But it's really great to sit down with you, bro. It's really great to see where the PLAE Series is going. I'm super excited to hear where it's going next and what it looks like next, man.
Appreciate that, dog.
Very excited, fan.
Got a lot of work to do.
See, that's correcto. All right. Until next time, signing off, nigga.
Peace.
Signing off, dose.